What if I told you that every word you speak is a spell shaping your reality without you even realizing it? Think about this. The words you use don't just describe your world, they define it. And the way you speak to yourself and others is crafting your destiny right now. Words are not merely sounds drifting through the air. They are imbued with energy, intention, and vibration, carrying secrets that have been honored by ancient traditions and validated by modern science alike. For centuries, mystics, poets, and sages have understood that language is not a passive tool, but an active force and unseen programming language that intricately weaves the fabric of our reality. In every moment, as we converse with the world and even with ourselves, we are continually scripting the story of our lives. One phrase, one whisper, one heartfelt conversation at a time. Imagine your words as delicate brushstrokes painting the ever-changing canvas of existence, where every syllable contributes to the masterpiece of your being. It is a dance of vibration and spirit, where the echoes of our voice resonate far beyond what the eye can see. In this very moment, as you listen, take a deep breath and allow yourself to feel the profound truth that your words, indeed, are the very programming language of your reality. They are the architects of the life you are building, silently shaping your future and guiding you towards the spiritual awakening that awaits beneath the surface of everyday chatter. The science and spirituality of words. As we delve deeper into the wonders of language, we begin to see that science and spirituality converge in the most fascinating ways when it comes to the power of words, inviting us to explore how every utterance carries a hidden energy. Consider Dr. Masaru Emoto's groundbreaking water experiments, where simple words were found to alter the molecular structure of water, a substance that makes up more than 70% of our being, reminding us that the vibrations of language ripple through the very essence of life. Then there's the remarkable double-slit experiment, which reveals that our consciousness, including every thought and word we utter, plays an integral role in shaping the reality around us, collapsing a field of infinite possibilities into our lived experience. From a spiritual perspective, traditions such as Buddhism and many others hold that words are not mere sounds, but manifestations of thought energy that create, transform, and heal, offering us a profound connection to the divine. Sacred texts echo the timeless truth encapsulated in the phrase, "In the beginning was the Word," emphasizing that the very fabric of creation is woven through language, where every utterance becomes a divine act of inception. Ancient mantras and prayers are not simply expressions of faith, they are potent vibrations that resonate deep within our souls, merging meaning with sound to create a force that transcends the physical realm. In every whispered mantra and every heartfelt prayer, there lies an invitation for a spiritual awakening, a call to recognize the creative power inherent in every word we speak. This blend of scientific discovery and ancient wisdom brings us to a profound realization: words are not just tools of communication, but the very architects of our inner world and our outer reality, constructing the life we live. When we honor the power of our language, we acknowledge that each word carries the capacity to shape our emotions, beliefs, and even the physical experiences that define our lives, transforming our daily existence into a canvas of endless possibility. Ultimately, the lesson is both clear and deeply inspiring. By embracing the dual power of science and spirituality, we come to understand that every word we speak is a sacred tool for creation, capable of unlocking the boundless potential that lies within us all. The words that keep you stuck in the matrix. Let's explore the ways in which the very language we use every day silently programs us, keeping us stuck in a matrix of limiting beliefs and unchallenged assumptions. Society has woven a tapestry of language that goes far beyond mere communication. It shapes our perceptions and cages our potential, often without us even noticing. Many of the words we casually use carry hidden meanings that confine us, subtly reinforcing boundaries and limitations in our minds. Consider the word mortgage, derived from the Latin mortgage, which ominously translates to a death pledge, silently binding us to a future of obligation and restraint. Similarly, the word government breaks down into government, suggesting not just the act of ruling, but an insidious control over the mind, guiding our thoughts and behaviors. Even the simple act of spelling is steeped in mystery, as it resonates with the very act of casting a spell, reminding us that words have the power to conjure realities. These words, often accepted without question, create the mental framework upon which our lives are built, setting the boundaries of what we believe is possible. And then there is the realm of our inner dialogue where the power of self-talk either traps us in cycles of negativity or propels us toward transformative change. Negative self-talk. Phrases like, I can't, I'm not good enough, or I have to, create self-fulfilling prophecies that reinforce our limitations as these words become the soundtrack of our lives. On the other hand, when we replace those phrases with empowering language, shifting from I have to I get to, or from I can't to I choose to, we begin to unlock doors to new possibilities. For example, think of someone who habitually declares, I'm always unlucky. This constant negative mantra unconsciously directs their actions and decisions, reinforcing a self-imposed cycle of misfortune. By becoming aware of the language we use, we start to see these hidden chains for what they are, and in that awareness lies the first step toward liberation. In essence, the key to breaking free from this mental matrix is to recognize and transform the language that confines us, opening up a space where our true potential can unfold. How to reprogram your reality through words. Let us begin our journey by opening our eyes to the language that flows through our daily lives, noticing every word that we speak as if each one is a seed planted in the garden of our reality. Imagine taking a moment each day to really listen to your own voice. Notice not just what you say, but how it makes you feel deep inside. Do these words lift your spirit or weigh you down? This is the first step, conscious language awareness, where you become the observer of your inner dialogue, recognizing the power each phrase holds as it shapes your emotions and your outlook. Once you begin to notice the language that colors your thoughts, you naturally move to the next step, reframing and replacing the limiting language that has held you captive for far too long. Consider the habitual phrases that may be limiting your potential. Transforming I have to into I get to can shift your mindset from obligation to opportunity, turning constraints into privileges. Similarly, by changing I should to I choose to, you reclaim your power, making the decision to direct your life with intention and conscious choice rather than succumbing to external pressures. And when you catch yourself saying I can't, challenge that limitation by asking, how can I? A small yet profound shift that opens up an entire universe of possibilities, inviting creativity and resourcefulness. As you begin to speak these transformed phrases, you invite the next powerful step, the practice of affirmations and mantras, where repeated words gently rewire the subconscious mind through the wonders of neuroplasticity. Imagine the science behind it. Each time you repeat a positive affirmation, you're not merely saying a phrase, but you're sending ripples through your brain's circuitry, reinforcing pathways that lead to growth and transformation. Consider the story of a struggling entrepreneur who transformed their life by simply changing the way they spoke about their challenges. By replacing defeatist language with empowering declarations, they unlocked hidden reservoirs of strength and opportunity. Every time you consciously choose to reprogram your language, you are, in essence, rewriting the code of your reality, aligning your words with the future you wish to create. In this process, you begin to understand that your words are not merely reflections of your thoughts, but powerful instruments capable of sculpting the very fabric of your existence, paving the way for a life filled with purpose and possibility. Embracing these practices, the conscious awareness of your language, the mindful replacement of limiting words, and the potent repetition of affirmations, empowers you to step into a new paradigm where your spoken words become the foundation of a beautifully reprogrammed reality. Real-life transformations. The proof is everywhere. Let's delve into real-life transformations, for the proof is everywhere around us, in stories that remind us how a simple shift in language can bring forth profound change, shaping destinies in unexpected ways. I recall the tale of a humble Zen master who journeyed to a war-torn village, a place where despair had taken deep root, and his very presence was like a gentle, transformative breeze amid the heaviness of loss. In that village, rather than echoing the pervasive sorrow, he chose to speak only of peace, abundance, and love, uttering words that served as seeds of hope, igniting a spark within every weary heart he encountered. Over the span of a year, the collective mindset of that community began to shift. The once bleak outlook gave way to a vision of renewal and prosperity, as if the very fabric of their reality was being rewoven by the power of those transformative words. I also heard about a remarkable business leader, a CEO who was once entangled in the never-ending cycle of busyness, a state encapsulated by the phrase, I'm busy, which, over time, had become a self-imposed mantra of limitation. This CEO, in a moment of clarity, recognized the weight of that habitual phrase and made a powerful change. He stopped saying, I'm busy, and instead began affirming, I'm focused. This simple linguistic shift completely transformed his energy, clarity, and approach to his work. Both of these stories serve as gentle reminders that our words, whether spoken in a war-torn village or within the boardrooms of corporate power, carry an immense ability to redefine our realities, shaping not only our external world but also the inner landscape of our souls. The key takeaway from these inspiring transformations is beautifully simple: by consciously choosing to change the language we use, our everyday words, we unlock the door to a cascade of positive shifts in our life experience, setting the stage for profound inner and outer change. Your words are the seeds of your future. Every word you speak is either planting a garden or a wasteland, a truth that resonates deeply within the fabric of your destiny. If you want to change your life, start by changing your words. Imagine each phrase you utter as a brushstroke that paints the masterpiece of your existence. I invite you to embark on a simple yet transformative experiment. For the next 24 hours, be mindful of every word you say, speaking as if your words are magic spells that can reshape your reality. Consider this an opportunity to witness firsthand how a subtle shift in language can unlock doors to new possibilities, transforming obstacles into stepping stones towards your true potential. Reflect on the profound truth that each spoken word contributes to the intricate blueprint of your life, guiding your emotions, thoughts, and ultimately your experiences. I encourage you to share your journey. Comment below with the one phrase you'll stop using today and the empowering phrase you'll choose to embrace instead, igniting a ripple effect of positive change. If this message resonates with you and if these ideas sparked something within, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights on spiritual awakening and transformation. Remember that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single word. You hold the pen to your life story, and each word is a deliberate act of creation. Let every word be an intentional step towards manifesting the abundant life you truly deserve, opening doors to infinite possibilities and aligning your inner world with your outer reality. May your days be filled with empowering language that nourishes your soul, transforms your challenges, and lights the path toward a future rich with spiritual awakening and joy.